Taos is a pretty small town in northern New Mexico, not far from the Colorado border and right at the southern tip of the Rockies in the Sancre de Cristo Mountains. That's me. My name is Amadeo, and that's my little brother. We all call him Cheo. The old-timers say that there used to be a lot more water around here, but even then, there was never enough to waste. People in our part of the world developed a way to share water so that everybody got just enough to grow food that their families could live off. We do it through a system called acequias. These are shared ditches that carry water from rivers to farms. All the people who share an acequia, called pastures, work together to manage the water. I am learning more about how people live here in the high desert, where there isn't much water. This place is home for me and Cheo, and the river that supplies all of the acequias in my part of town is the Rio Fernando. The Rio Fernando starts way up high in the Lajara wetlands by the town of Angel Fire. It snakes its way down through the mountains and into Taos. On its way through town, it fills the acequias, where it's divided between families based on how much land each of them owns. The water from this river irrigates our farms so we can grow food. The Rio Fernando feeds the wetlands at Baca Park, an area that was restored a couple of years ago. Wetlands are places where water covers the ground, like a shallow pond or a swamp. They are full of plants and wildlife, and super important to our watershed. Now there is a local group bringing back to life another huge section of the wetlands, right next door to Baca Park, and it will be called Rio Fernando Park. It will be used to teach people about healthy water management. I have a neighbor who I've known my whole life named Vicente. Vicente is the mayordomo of Cañoncito. A mayordomo is the ditch boss, chosen by his fellow parciantes to make sure that each family on the acequia gets their fair share of water. The acequia system is one of the oldest forms of government that can be traced back to the Middle East over 10,000 years ago. It was brought to Spain by the Moors, then brought here to the New World. The mayordomo settles any disputes between neighbors over water, and with help from the other landowners, they decide which day the entire community will come out and get the ditch ready for the planting season. The more land you own, the more peones, or laborers, that you have to bring to help clean the acequias. Vicente tells me that if we don't work together to take care of our acequias and rivers, like our ancestors did, then we might not have enough water to grow food and keep living here. There are a lot of people like him who are fighting to keep the acequia traditions alive. We have a close family friend named Lucia who lives in Alcalde, down the Rio Grande from Taos, but still close. We help out at her family farm whenever she needs us. Lucia is teaching me that it's not about farming and raising cattle just to make a profit. It's about being closer to the earth and to your family and knowing where your food comes from. It isn't just the water Lucia and Vicente are protecting. They're protecting a way of living and working together that has supported people on this land for hundreds of years. Living off the land is something we have been doing for centuries in Taos. And the natives, like our Tiwa Pueblo brothers, have been doing it a lot longer than that. The different seasons brought responsibilities and kept the people on schedule. Acequia cleaning days, trading one crop or service for another, working together during harvest are all things that brought families and different communities together in good times and bad. It was about survival. I am learning that our water, our acequias, are being threatened by development, pollution, and waste. It's not just the land, it's also the people who are changing. Young people are moving away to the cities. Their parents get older and can't take care of the land like they used to. Sometimes they can't afford to keep land that had been in the family for generations. If there's no place left to grow food, and no people to grow it, how will we feed ourselves? It's not just about the past and keeping old traditions alive. It's about the future, and whether we will have farms and water and the things that make Taos special. It seems like people from all over the world come to Taos for our food, our skiing, our art, our culture, and even our awesome sustainable earthships. But I think the things that really make Taos special are the people. Like the Native Americans, the newcomers from all sorts of other places near and far, and the people like my family who came here centuries ago from Spain and lived here when this was still Mexico, all still working together to maintain the acequias and other traditions that keep this land healthy and livable for future generations. That's what makes me want to stay here.